At 29 years old, Ethan had everything. A successful company, a beautiful house, luxury cars, and more money than he ever dreamed of as a child. People looked at him and saw success. They saw confidence. They saw a winner, but they did not see the pressure behind the scenes. Because success can attract the right people, but it can also attract the wrong ones. One morning, Ethan received an offer that could change his life forever. A group of powerful investors wanted to invest $50 million into his company. It was the opportunity he had been waiting for. With that money, he could expand around the world. He could become one of the biggest names in the industry. The meeting went well. Everyone was smiling. Everyone seemed excited. Then the investors revealed one condition. They wanted Ethan to change some numbers. Nothing huge. Just enough to make the company look stronger. Just enough to attract more attention. Just enough to make the deal happen. One investor leaned forward and smiled. "Nobody will ever know." Another said, "This is how business works." His partners agreed. His friends agreed. Even people close to him told him to take the deal. "Don't be stupid. It's only a small lie. Think about your future." That night, Ethan sat alone in his office. The building was quiet. The city lights shined through the window. The contract sat on the desk in front of him. $50 million. One signature. One decision. On one side was money. On the other side was integrity. For hours, he stared at the papers. His mind was full of fear. What if this was his only chance? What if saying no destroyed everything he had built? As the sun began to rise, Ethan finally made his choice. He picked up the phone, and he refused the deal. At first, nothing happened. Then everything happened. The investors pulled out. The funding disappeared. News spread quickly. People started asking questions. Some employees left. Then more employees left. The company that once looked unstoppable was suddenly struggling to survive. Month after month, things became worse. Bills piled up. Projects were canceled. Opportunities disappeared. Soon, Ethan was forced to sell his expensive car. Then he sold his house. Then he sold almost everything he owned. The company eventually collapsed. Years of hard work vanished. Just like that. The people who once praised him disappeared. The people who called him a genius stopped answering his calls. The applause was gone. The attention was gone. The money was gone. For the first time in years, Ethan was completely alone. Every morning felt heavy. Every night felt longer. Sometimes he wondered if he had made the wrong choice. Maybe everyone else was right. Maybe honesty was for people who could not win. Maybe integrity was just another word people used when they were afraid to take risks. The doubts grew stronger every day, but deep inside, Ethan knew one thing. He had lost his business, but he had not lost himself, and that mattered. Months later, something unexpected happened. An old employee contacted him. The employee had heard what happened. He knew Ethan had refused to lie. He knew Ethan had chosen honesty over money, and because of that, he wanted to work with him again. A few weeks later, another former employee reached out, then another, then a customer, then a business owner, then an investor. One by one, people began to appear. Not because Ethan was rich, not because Ethan was famous, but because they trusted him. They trusted his word. They trusted his character. They trusted him when nobody else did. For the first time, Ethan realized something powerful. Money can attract attention, but integrity attracts trust, and trust is far more valuable. With a small team of people who believed in him, Ethan started over. No fancy office, no luxury lifestyle, no millions in the bank, just a clear vision and a reputation built on honesty. The early days were difficult. They worked long hours. They faced countless problems. Many times they felt like giving up, but something was different this time. Every customer stayed longer. Every partner trusted them more. Every relationship became stronger. Because trust was now the foundation of everything they built. Year after year, the company grew, slowly at first, then faster still. New opportunities appeared. Major clients joined. Investors came back. But this time, Ethan had rules. No lies, no shortcuts, no compromises. If a deal required him to sacrifice his values, he walked away. People respected him for it, and over time, that respect became a powerful advantage. 10 years later, Ethan stood in front of the headquarters of a company far larger than the one he had lost. Thousands of employees worked there. Millions of customers trusted the brand. The company was worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Reporters often asked him the same question. What was the secret to your success? They expected him to talk about strategy. They expected him to talk about business. Instead, Ethan always gave the same answer. The best decision I ever made was the one that cost me everything, because losing his company forced him to build something stronger. Losing his money taught him the value of trust. Losing everything showed him what truly mattered. Most people think integrity is expensive, but dishonesty is even more expensive. Dishonesty may give you money today, but it can take away your peace tomorrow. Integrity may cost you opportunities today, but it creates opportunities that last a lifetime. In the end, Ethan discovered a truth that many people never learn. Character is more valuable than cash. Trust is more powerful than talent, and sometimes the greatest success begins with a loss, because sometimes losing everything is exactly what saves your life.